Peace, young Ash here, back again. Another vlog. Intro. I make vlogs about my life. This is rambling on. I suffer from psychosis and schizophrenia. I make music. I'm from Galway, Ireland. That's about it. Links are in the comments. If you want to buy me a coffee, I'll keep plugging it. Buy me a coffee if you want. No one's bought me a coffee yet, and I've been asking for a few months, so if you want to be the first, that would be appreciated. Intro over. Yeah, so I find myself really unmotivated when it comes to making music these days. It's not that I'm losing love for it. I did write a song this evening. It's just I'm losing desire to pay money to make music, or to be proactive or take action in finding a producer. As I said, I'm on holidays right now. The World Cup's on. I'm loving it. Loving the World Cup. But I did notice, my desires dropped off a bit because I have other priorities right now that I'm kind of looking after in my life, and even other hobbies that I'm enjoying. Like, I have a sticker collection. Yeah, I'm a big child. I have a World Cup sticker collection that I'm trying to complete, and I'm fucking really enjoying that. I want to get anyway, you don't know what I'm talking about really, but I'm gonna get a gold Messi. An extra sticker, a gold Messi. And if you have extra stickers, drop that in the comments. I'm just shooting my shot here. I have a load for swap, so if you've extra stickers, put that in the comments. Any questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them in a video. Any suggestions, anything like that. Bit of engagement, no harm. If you're watching this, drop a like and a comment, because I want to stay connected with people who appreciate my work. Anyway, the World Cup's been brilliant. It's been so good. It's been my favorite World Cup since 2006. And 2006, like, I've very vague memories of 2002. I would have been 4 or 5. Would have been 4 years old. I have really vague memories. But 2006, I remember very well. It was an extremely happy time in my life. I was 8 years old, and my dad was supporting Germany because he's from Germany, and we had family over at the house. It was summer, it was nice weather. It was there were legendary footballers playing, like Zidane and Schweinsteiger, Lahm, Michael Ballack. Messi was there, Ronaldo, Luis Figo. Yeah, it was just spectacular, and it was on in Germany, and I fell in love with football watching that. I truly, it was the making of my football career. It was the start, it was the beginning, because I was obsessed with football after that, and I got my first sticker collection in 2006, the Panini sticker collection. Didn't come close to completing it, but I have such nostalgia around the 2006 Panini book. So that's why I have such a massive collection in 2026, and why I take it as serious as I do, because it's a source of nostalgia, and for me, in 2026, I know it's football heritage that I'm collecting and witnessing in this World Cup too, and it's all football heritage and legacy and history in the making. So it's fucking spectacular to me. I just fucking love football, it's fucking brilliant. Ireland, I love Ireland. Ireland's new season kicks off, I think, in October. Actually, I think it's September, prior to the October home game versus Austria. We have to play Israel, and I think that match is being moved away from home. It has. It's been moved to like Hungary or somewhere. So this brings me to the topic of Palestine and Israel. Where do I stand on it? I wish I had like fucking a massive spiel ready to of my opinion, but I'm just going off the top of my head. And where do I stand on Israel and Palestine? Well, I stand with Palestine. I don't think all Jews are bad, or I don't think that everyone in Israel is an inherently evil or bad person, but I do think the people in power in Israel are quite evil. Netanyahu, and there's a few others, I can't think of their names, to be honest. I don't follow it crazy close, but I've watched a few documentaries, I've formed an opinion, and I think the settlers in the West Bank are really bad people as well, and it does hit close to home for Irish people because we went through that shit in our distant and not so distant history, you know, and there's still ongoing debates as to whether Ireland should be unified as an island and a new country formed, and there's all sorts of debates that go on in terms of that. And I do stand with the United Ireland, to be honest with you. And like, I hate how it's potentially controversial to say that when it's fucking my opinion. Yeah. That's a very egotistical thing to say. However, I do support the idea of a united Ireland and an Irish government for the entire island of Ireland. But I think the amount of death and destruction that's gone on in Palestine and Israel is just awful, and it's crazy to think in this day and age, and I would call it a genocide as well. I do think it's fair to say it's a genocide that's going on in Palestine, and you know, some people think that Israelis and Palestinians will never see eye to eye, and they hate each other so much that there will never be peace there, or there will never be a two-state solution, or a solution, full stop, a solution. Now, my personal opinion is that, and look, it's my humble opinion, not only my personal opinion, it's my humble opinion that doesn't really matter, but my personal opinion, now that I'm on this topic, is that there is a solution to this, and whether it's a two-state solution or not, I believe there is a solution, and I personally would like to see a two-state solution because I think that's morally the best solution. But aside from that, aside from any treaty or contract or whatever, or negotiations going on, I believe that these people can come together and live in peace and get on with each other and be part of each other's lives, because the sad, unfortunate truth is that they will have to live in harmony because neither of them are really going anywhere and they both live in the same place. But I think the first step obviously would be to recognize Palestine as a state, you know, on Israel's behalf, for Israel to do that and recognize Palestine and literally give them their own territory, give them their state back, let them live in peace, no more army checkpoints, no more harassment, no more just bullying, and that's only the half of it. This is besides the murder and the killing of children and the bombs and everything, and Yeah, it's a heavy topic, like, but a lot of people can't see that there can be peace. And I mean, fuck it, I don't come from the north of Ireland, so truly I don't know what it's like up there, but I do know Catholics and Protestants, they go to work every day and they work with each other, and they're entitled to both of their own political and moral views, without having to engage in sectarian violence or dissident violence, or any kind of violence or hatred, or they can get on with their lives. They're living in peace, and there is a solution. Obviously, the 1998 peace treaty was a major solution, which was Gerry Adams and Tony Blair and Bill Clinton, I think. I can't remember who from the Protestant side was a part of it, but ultimately that is serving a huge purpose, and it's worked. It's been, I wouldn't call it the solution, but it's part of a solution, like. So that would be a start for Israel and Palestine, and obviously give the people back their rights in Palestine. Give them back all of their rights, their human rights. Their basic needs and necessities be met. They get food, they get watered. Yeah, that's not a very elegant way to put it, but I don't know. I just feel deep down there could be peace there. That's ultimately that's my opinion. And I think the governments, I'll speak for European countries, need to do a lot more about it. A hell of a lot more. And they're under pressure because once they do say something about it, or get involved, we'll say, they can have labels of being anti-Semitic thrown at them immediately. But we need to get past that. It's not anti-Jewish sentiment to be siding with Palestine in this conflict. It's not anti-Semitic to recognize the state of Palestine and the human rights of the people of Palestine and the genocide that's going on in Palestine. That's not anti-Semitic, But I think it's a huge fear of people is to be labelled anti-Semitic, and obviously these radical Jews in Israel who think the land was promised to them 2,000 years ago, and emphasis on the word radical, they have no morals, they're terrorists. It's as simple as that. So that's where I stand on that. I might speak more about it another time, but I've gone on for 15 minutes there. Well, about 10 minutes, but I don't like to make my videos too long, and I like to keep some memory on my phone and stuff like that, so. Anyway, what I'd like to finish on is how I finished the last video. If you're struggling with anything, reach out. You can reach out to me anytime. I'm on Insta, PrinceAsh1998, and here and in the comments and whatever. But if you're struggling with anything, seek help. If you're contemplating suicide, call someone, call Samaritans, call fucking the appropriate response. Go to the hospital, don't bottle it up anyway, that's all I'll say. And I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. This has been Prince Ash. Peace.